Hello, welcome to a bonus episode of Hockey Inside Out. Now, Brendan Gallagher, he still has 3 more years left on his contract, which is paying him $6.5 million. Well, it's a cap hit of $6.5 million. Do you think the Canadiens should buy him out before the end of his contract? Andrew, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't think so. I think the Canadiens aren't under salary cap pressure. They're going to get some relief no matter what this year with the rising salary cap, and that's true of every team. But they've got contracts they're going to be traded or expired soon, and guys like David Savard, Yoel Armia, Christian Dvorak eventually. I don't think that they're in a situation where they need to prolong the pain of having that cap hit against them in a buyout, especially considering when he's in the lineup, Gallagher, despite the fact that he's not scoring, maintains being a positive impact on the roster overall. He is still pushing the puck into the right areas. He's been wildly unlucky this season in terms of on-ice save percentage and on-ice shooting percentage. Part of that is going to be his hands being blown up multiple times, and he doesn't have the shot that he used to have. He doesn't have the body that can do what it used to do when he was in his 20s, just from cumulative injuries. But overall, he's still pushing the puck the right way up the ice. One of the best on the team, in fact, at moving the puck into the right zone. So I don't think it makes much sense to buy him out. I know he's a player that fans get really frustrated about because they wish that they could have the old Gallagher, and it's rough adjustment that he's at his highest paid now at maybe his lowest impact, but he's still a decent player. Doesn't make sense to just add dead cap space for him.
Yeah, I don't think a buyout is something they would entertain at this point. I think before it came down to even talking about that, I'd be curious to see whether Brendan Gallagher would want to get moved somewhere if there was somebody that would be interested in obviously Montreal would have to take back some of his salary, but giving him an opportunity to maybe get a chance to win more on a consistent basis versus being part of the rebuild. As he starts to get a little bit older, you start to get a little more concerned about how much longer can I play? Am I ever going to get an opportunity again to win the ultimate Stanley Cup? So I don't know. Brendan, we all know Brendan, what he brings. Now it might become time for him to discuss, okay, what's the future for myself, to see whether or not I can maybe look at an opportunity to have some success somewhere else. I know he loves Montreal, but sometimes you have to jump at an opportunity if it came where he could get a chance to win more.
Yeah, I mean, Brendan loves Montreal, loves everything about the Canadiens, but he also, as you said, Rick, you get near the end of his career, you want to win a Stanley Cup too. You think he'd probably be open to a trade, but that contract would be hard to trade. He also has a no movement clause. Like he can submit a 6-team list of teams he would be willing to be traded to. He might be willing to expand that if he really did want to move on. But again, that contract's going to be really hard to move. But you said, Andrew, I mean, the effort level's always there. Moving forward, he's going to become like a $6.5 million third. I mean, maybe even a fourth line winger at some point. He's going to be very overpaid. He was underpaid when he was a consistent 30-goal scorer. Those things happen. Buying him out, it doesn't, like, I looked at Cap Friendly, which does such an amazing job breaking down contracts in the buyout. Like, they get a little bit of a cap relief next season if they bought him out, but then it's a $2.16 million cap hit in 25-26, and then $4.66 million in 26-27, which is like at a point in the rebuild where you think they're going to be, hopefully competing for a playoff. That's a lot. And then 3 more seasons after that, going through 2029-30 with a $2.16 million cap hit. So it's buying him out, having that contract there is tough, but buying it out extends it, the pain of that cap hit. And as long as Brendan Gallagher is still working hard and competing hard, he's going to be an overpaid winger, but he's good in the room. That some of the silly penalties, like that one he got suspended for, are a bit of a concern. Is that frustration? What's the reason for that? But Brendan Gallagher is not a bad guy to keep around. And I think when you weigh the pros of keeping him here and the pros of buying him out, I think buying him out is more painful than keeping him around.
Well, let us know what would you do with Brendan Gallagher. Leave it in the comments section below, and make sure to check out Hockey Inside Out to see our full episode.